Well, hey there, it's Leslie, and I'm so glad you joined me for the Friends Are Like Seashells class. So you've got your half pack of designer series paper, and you are going to have to make some cuts, and I will make sure that there's directions for all of that. Okay, so this first card is the bookbinding card. It's a 4 1/4 by 11-inch base, scored at 5 1/2 and then at 6 1/2, so 1 inch over. Okay, and that allows you to have, whoops, okay, Leslie, don't bend them both. We don't want that bottom one to bend, just the top one. Okay, so we're going to have a card that opens just like that. Now you are going to want some strong adhesive. I'm going to use the tear and tape. You'll have your stitched square layer, and then this is a different, it's actually another piece of that same designer series paper. I'm going to be stamping in Misty Moonlight to pull out the blue here. All right, so let's get a little of our designer series paper on here. Okay, so we'll put this pretty little strip right over here. Okay, this one will go on the front. Like that. Now you also have enough of the white crinkled seam binding ribbon to do both of your cards. So what I would suggest you do is take your length of ribbon, fold it in half, and cut it, and then you'll have one piece for each card that you do. Unless you want to be really brave and you want to save your ribbon so you can maybe make more than 2 cards, you could just get your ribbon. And you don't have to tie a bow if you don't want to. I think for right now, I'm just going to do a knot. The one that I saw had a bow, and I've done bows on these before, and it does look pretty, but I think for today, I'm just going to do a little knot. Except that I think I shorted myself here. So I was choosing a knot because usually they're easier when I'm filming, but clearly I'm not doing a bang-up job here on this knot. Okay, so what we want to do is make sure it's pretty good and tight. If you have somebody that can help you and give you a pinky, that's probably great. If not, there's a way, and I'm going to show you in just a second, a way to tighten that up. Okay, so now what we need to do is put some adhesive in here so that this won't go anywhere. And so what you can do is use the tear tape like this. And you can just kind of give this a little pinch and just kind of tighten that up just a little bit. And then when you take that off, well, maybe that's not the best piece to start with. There it goes. It'll just kind of hold that in there, and it'll be tighter on the front. Okay, so we just see how that just kind of tightens that all up a little bit. Okay, so now we can do our stamping. We're gonna do a little decorating with the Seaside Shells stickers that you got as a bonus. They weren't in the product list, but they were on sale at when the last chance list came out. So I said, oh, what the heck, let's get them because they're fun. So let's grab our Misty Moonlight. We're going to stamp that pretty sand dollar right in the middle. Okay. And then on the inside, we're going to use the greeting, friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way. And because this is such a nice dark color, I didn't feel the need to put white on the inside. Okay, so there you go. Then we're going to add a couple of the little seashell stickers. So inside you have the pretty blue scallopy shells, you have the pretty flirty flamingo conch shells, and the yellow starfish. So we'll use one of each. We'll start with the blue one down here, and we'll put the conch shell up at the top, and that will give us by doing it this way, I've kind of balanced how much space here, so now I can kind of even out the space for the starfish. Okay. Like that. There. You will also be using your opal rounds on the front, but let's get the rest of this put together here first, because we're going to want some dimensionals. So this will go on flat here, and I actually did use retired dies. I use the stitch squares because I love them. If you don't have them, I'm really sorry. You can use just a plain cut square, which is what I did for the designer series paper, but this is going to go up on dimensionals. And I am, because we're going to put an opal round right in the middle of that sand dollar, I'm going to go ahead and put a dimensional in the middle there too, so that when I push on it to push the opal round on, it doesn't squash in the middle. Okay, there's that. We'll grab the opal rounds. And there are larger and smaller, so you can use, whichever you like best. I'm going to go with a smaller one here, and then a larger up here, and then another smaller down just a little bit, like that. So you sort of get the triangle shape, which usually is really nice for the eye. Okay, so there's your first card. And you will have the supplies to make 2. All right, thanks so much.